It's case number 23 CR 84, State of Ohio versus Roger Dale Barber Jr. You are Roger Dale Barber Jr. appearing there from the jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Barber's attorney is Daniel Witt, appearing from her office. I don't know why my video didn't start. And appearing from the prosecutor's office is Assistant Prosecutor King. The defendant has entered a plea of guilty to aggravated possession of methamphetamine, a 5th-degree felony. The court referred the matter to the probation department for a pre-sentence report, and I have reviewed that. Have each of the attorneys had an opportunity to review a summary?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Ms. Witt, are you and your client both in agreement that this matter can be conducted by Zoom rather than an in-person appearance in the courtroom?
Yes, we are.
And you're all right with that, Mr. Barber?
Yes.
All right. If at any time you would like to speak to your attorney, since you're not seated in the courtroom next to her, if you just tell me, I can put you and her into what's called a breakout room, and it'll be just the two of you on the screen. No one else will be able to see you or hear you, and the deputy will step out of the room while that conversation is taking place. Okay?
Okay.
All right. All right. Now, is there anything from the state regarding sentencing? Can you hear me, guys? All right. They apparently have lost my... Are you able to hear me, anybody?
I am.
Okay, I think I lost my sound there for a minute. All right, Mr. King, anything from the state regarding sentencing? You're muted, Mr. King.
Only was in the plea agreement, Your Honor. I apologize.
All right, Ms. Witt?
Yes, Your Honor. We also asked the court to follow the joint recommendation. While Mr. Barber does have a history, I do believe that he is excited for STAR, and after completing STAR, to be a part of the drug court. So we asked the court to follow that recommendation.
All right, Mr. Barber, anything you would like to say?
I would like a chance at STAR just to be able to have the opportunity to right some of my wrongs, because up to this point, I haven't made the best decisions of my life. I haven't tried STAR, so I would appreciate the opportunity.
I see that Mr. Barber has a status conference in Athens County on the 23rd. What is that status of that case? Is Ms. Witt, do you know, or if not, maybe your client can let me know?
Yeah, it's my understanding through talking to Mr. Barber that it is a sentencing and that they are going along with what this court decides. It's my understanding.
All right. Is that your understanding, Mr. Barber?
It's my first pre-trial, but I had a court date that was scheduled for yesterday. They granted me a continuance yesterday to wait. I mean, I didn't speak to my attorney from Athens County, but I would imagine just to wait and see what happens here. But I've been OR from Athens County already.
What is the charge down there?
F5, drug possession.
Okay.
In this county.
All right. Well, we have a STAR bid, I think, the 15th. Ms. Sturgill, the drug court director, is on the hearing. Ms. Sturgill, will STAR take him and then let him go back to Athens County, or do they, what will happen with that?
Yes, sir. Since they lifted the holder, they have been doing his court appearances in Zoom, so they'll continue to do that while he's at STAR.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, then, Mr. Barber, the court is going to grant your application for admission into the drug court docket, and you are hereby sentenced to a term of 3 years of community control under the drug court docket conditions. Now, this order will incorporate the program description and application that you filed. You signed that, and that's part of the court file. You have a copy. And everything you have had in there is incorporated into here, whether I say it or not. But I'm going to go ahead and give, also go over some of the primary ones, but there will be still a few others that are in your description. First of all, it'll be for a period of 3 years, and you'll be required to obey all laws of all jurisdictions, conduct yourself in law, body, and manner at all times, report when and as directed, and be truthful in all statements you make to the probation department. You must keep them informed of your residence, place of employment at all times, may not change either without prior permission. Do not leave the state of Ohio at any time without prior written permission. May not enter upon the grounds of any correctional facility, nor may communicate with or attempt to communicate with anyone who's an inmate in those facilities without prior written permission. You're not permitted to purchase, possess, use, or have in your control any kind of a firearm, ammunition, dangerous, or weapon of any other type. It's also would be a violation of both federal and state law if you were to do that, which would subject you to being prosecuted in other felony cases. You're not permitted to purchase, possess, use, or have in your control any controlled substance, drug of abuse, CBD oil, kratom, or any variant or analog of a controlled substance or drug of abuse that would have effects similar to controlled substances or drugs of abuse. Nor may you have any instrument, device, or thing that may be used to administer or prepare those for administration unless you have a lawful prescription for both the device or equipment as well as the substances. You're not permitted to obtain a medical marijuana card. You must submit to drug testing when and as directed by either the probation department or your treatment team. You may not purchase, possess, use, or have in your control any alcoholic beverage, nor may you be present in places where they're sold or being consumed, even if it's otherwise lawful. You may not associate with anyone who is a co-defendant in this case, nor with any other person who has a criminal record as a member of a gang or other group, or any person who has in the past or could in the future influence you to commit a criminal offense or violate these conditions. After the date of this order, you may not marry or establish cohabitation in a common law marriage type relationship with another without prior permission, written permission. You must report any contact with law enforcement or any arrest, citation, conviction, or other charge of violating the law not later than the next business day after that occurs. You must provide your supervising officer with financial information records so your ability to pay any fees or costs can be reviewed. If you're referred by the probation department for any assessment or evaluation for any kind of treatment, therapy, counseling, training, or other educational programming, you're to enroll in and complete that successfully. You'll be required to pay the court costs of this action and make payment arrangements with the clerk. You'll remain in the county jail until you're conveyed to Star on August the 15th. You'll be required to comply with your written treatment plan as recommended. And you must successfully complete the STAR program. And once you've completed that, there will be a transitional plan for you to go into probably a treatment program and then transitional housing. Now, by being placed on community control rather than being sentenced to prison, you're deemed to have consented to a search without a warrant of your person, residence, vehicles owned by you or used by you, or any other property place that's under your control where you're found at any time by the officer of the probation department. There won't be any fine or driving suspension imposed. The court costs are also imposed as a substantive part of the court's order. You're required to pay those as a condition of your community control. But if you don't make payments and get on your court cost, and the clerk can collect that through various means, including levying on bank accounts, wages, earnings, or other assets you may have. If that doesn't collect it, then the clerk could refer the matter to collections, and then you would have to pay an additional 30% of anything collected on top of that. Or the court could, upon your request in writing, allow you to do community service in this county and give you credit for each hour you work in an hourly rate set by the court. Each hour you work, reduce your judgment by that amount until paid in full. Now, in the event that the probation department feels that you have not complied with these conditions, they can file a written notice out with the court, and there will be a hearing. You'll be entitled to have an attorney at that hearing. If it is found that you have failed to comply, then at that time the court could revoke your community control and sentence you to a period of 6 to 12 months of incarceration and fine you $2,500. If the revocation is due in part or whole because you have a new felony conviction and you should be sentenced to prison on manifest, then the sentence on that case would also be ordered to be served consecutively to the sentence in this case. In the event that happens, once you complete the prison term imposed by the court, the Adult Parole Authority may put you under post-release control for a period of up to 2 years. They don't have to, but they can. If they do, you'll be supervised on the terms they set, and if during that period of time they determine that you've not complied, then they could return you to prison, make you serve an additional period of up to half of your prison term for one or more violations. However, in the event that you are convicted of a new felony, then in addition to whatever sentence can be imposed for that new case, felony conviction, that judge could also sentence you for committing that offense while under post-release control in this case to an additional period of a year, whatever time is left on that period of post-release control, whichever is greater. If that occurs, that must be served consecutively in sentence in the new court, in the new case, I should say. All right, is there anything further from counsel?
Your Honor, you said conveyed to start on August 15th, I believe, May 15th.
Yeah, May 15th. What did I say?
You said August 15th.
Oh, okay.
I noticed the defendant's reaction when you said that. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, May 15th. I wrote May the 15th. I don't know why I said August. All right. Thank you.